If it goes again, I think it can only get stronger, and the guys need to look at this, because I think this is the future rather than standing in the piss wet field doing 35 minutes and getting probably 50 quid for 10th place. You know what I mean? You get 500 quid for 10th place. So I'd much prefer to be indoors.
It's nice to be back. It was a little while ago since I raced Arenacross, and yeah, a bit of success then, and it's just really cool. Like, we've got a really nice atmosphere in the paddock, and racing's been good, and yeah, I couldn't really say no. I really want to be a part of it. That's an awesome thing for not just myself, but the sport in a whole, and yeah, getting better every week. Led some laps last week. Just yeah, fitness got a better of me unfortunately last week, so.
I was a bit apprehensive about whether I would enjoy it or whether I would feel like I was out of my depth, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been such a show, really good fun. Cliche to say the same as all the other riders, but the vibe in the pits and everything's been really good. It's been a breath of fresh air. It's really been something that I've really enjoyed doing, and each weekend for the last 3 weekends I've been kind of like really excited to race, and that's nice.
Back on the 450 this weekend, which is basically like starting again. First session was good. I jumped everything straight away, which it normally takes me a couple of sessions on the 350 to jump everything, but like straight away on the 450 I'm back at home. But had a big moment in the whoops, which I was like, oh, it ain't really worth it. Let's get through the night to the night show. There's a lot of people, 300 plus people come to watch me, so I don't want to I at least want to make the night so they can see me.
I started testing, I rode a few times on a 250, and then when I started speeding up a little bit, I didn't do much riding, but when I started trying to do the bigger jumps, like the triples in the rhythm lanes, I was really struggling, and to be honest, I had a bit of a home truth moment with myself, and I weighed 90 kilos, like 14 stone, and I'm like, that's heavy for a 250, so I just thought, why make half myself, and got a standard 450, so yeah, it's a lot of bike around there. When you're not riding much, like I'm not riding much at all, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun, a bit of fun.
It's very good out there. The dirt is very similar to home, so I'm loving it. And the boys have built the track, awesome. It's really good, technical, and it should be some really good racing. Plan is to hopefully get some really good starts and then go and have some fun.
We all kind of do the same rhythms. Like Tommy was doing a little bit of a different rhythm, but I done that this morning in qualifying. Yeah, I mean, he was good. He rode a solid race, pulled away a little bit to start, and then just maintained that gap, and it was quite hard to get back then. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's all down to the start. So hopefully we can get that dialed in for the second heat in the main event and come away with a solid result. I kind of got the rhythms dialed this morning with the triples and the different rhythms. So it wasn't a case so much of trying to get them right this time. It was just try and get out of the gate, get clean, and have a clean race really. Last week, had a rubbish start, come through and then take the win. This week, get the old shot, go backwards, and then end up upside down.
These two are so strong. Like I said, they are motocross British champions, and they just get stronger as it going on. So to be up here, I'm really happy. That was my goal, just to be on the podium every weekend, and then obviously at the end of the championship have maybe be in the fight. But obviously the first round didn't go to plan, but since then I've podiumed every race, so I can't complain with that.
No, it was a great night. You know, it's second on the night. And swapping positions with Tommy quite a bit. He rode a great race tonight. I didn't really have much for him. He come from behind me, made a good pass, and I actually forget that it's my first year on a 450. I feel really comfortable on the bike. The Honda's amazing. But yeah, I think that it's so different to what we're used to, and every weekend I'm getting more and more comfortable with doing things and not necessarily taking risks, but jumping things that if you went to maybe a practice track in the middle of the season you wouldn't usually do, and things like that, like the rhythms and that, like they're no joke. They're big rhythms and they're sharp and they can catch you out.
I was fastest in my 2 practices, but I jumped on a yellow light. I got my lap took away, so I had last gate pick. Luckily, it cost me about 900 quid, and I give each rider 100 quid to move over one gate. But in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing because I won the overall, do you know? So it's a little bit of investment, and it just pays off at the end of the night. So they all took it. Fair play to the boys, 100 quid goes a long way. I managed a couple of hole shots in the heat, and I went on to win the main. But I felt comfortable all night. It's just going so well. I'm just enjoying riding. I'm enjoying obviously doing a bit of YouTube, and that actually keeps me going. I think if I wasn't doing that now, I wouldn't have half the motivation to, like Jack says, in a pissy field, riding 35 minutes in front of sometimes not so many people, and it's the YouTube and that's given me, because it goes out and a lot of people watching it, gives me that motivation, because I think, well, that's going out on Monday, I want to look the boy when that goes out. So I try and win the races, and the same here. I think I can't take my hat off enough to Matt and being involved in this series. If I was to choose a series to race like next year, when I maybe scale it down a bit, this would be my one to choose.